Monica, why are you being so mean to me? Why won't you let me live with you guys? That house is so big. There's definitely enough room for me to live there as well.
Ella, there's a reason why we're not letting you live with us, and you know it. Our parents decided to cut you off for good. What you did was absolutely disgusting and disgraceful. How many times do I have to tell you this for you to understand?
So what if they cut ties with me? That has nothing to do with me wanting to live in that big house with you. What I did wasn't even that bad. You guys are just overreacting.
What are you talking about? Of course it was bad. It was the worst thing you could ever have done to me. And anyway, Mom and Dad don't want to see you or talk to you, and that's why you can't come to live with us. End of conversation. Stop nagging me about this. The answer is never gonna change.
It's been what, like 8 years since you guys kicked me out of the family? They've cut ties with me for 8 years. That's such a long time.
It doesn't matter how long it's been.
It does! And I had no idea that you guys would become rich enough to live in such a huge house like that.
8 years is a very long time. A lot can change in that time.
I know it's a very long time. I think it's about time you forgave me too.
That's not for you to decide, you idiot. It's up to us to decide, and we have no intention of forgiving you. A traitor like you isn't part of our family.
Oh, come on, not this again.
You slept with your best friend's husband and stole him from her. Even though that doesn't directly have anything to do with us, we treated your best friend like family, and you just don't do things like that to family, Ella. You didn't seem to feel sorry about what you did either.
Did you really just call me a traitor? How can you say something so mean like that? I'm still your family, aren't I? We're related by blood. That's not something that can be changed.
I just told you that we don't consider you as family. The only reason you're still able to contact me is because I feel so sorry for Mom and Dad. I know deep down they feel terrible for cutting off one of their daughters completely. I really wanted to delete your number as well. Trust me, I did, and I still do. You need to realize that you're not a part of the family anymore.
I am so upset that you would say that. I'm gonna cry.
And do you think I care?
I'm gonna make you regret saying that to me, and I'm gonna find a way to get back into the family where I belong and live in that house no matter what. Hey you, how's life treating you in that house? It must be pretty nice and comfortable. Well, unfortunately, that's gonna be coming to an end very soon. You guys are all gonna have to move out of there pretty soon.
What are you talking about? We own this house, so we're not going anywhere. Have you still not given up on trying to live here? I thought I made that very clear that you have no chance at living with us the last time you texted me.
Of course I haven't given up. I'm not gonna give up on the chance to live in such a nice place so easily, am I? I did so much to get to where I am now.
What do you mean?
You have a fiancé, right? He's 38 years old and he's called Ian?
Oh my God, how did you find out about that?
I can't believe that a 42-year-old like you managed to catch a man like that. I really didn't think that any man would go after an old hag like you.
What are you talking about? This has nothing to do with the house.
The thing is, all men prefer younger women, especially when compared to a 42-year-old woman like you.
What is your point?
You still don't get it? You really are dumb, aren't you? I slept with Ian, and I'm taking him from you. He's my boyfriend now.
What? You're not serious, are you? He's my fiancé.
Not anymore. I told you that I would find a way to live in that beautiful house you guys live in. The reason why I stole my best friend's husband 8 years ago was for the same reason as well. But her house wasn't hers. It was actually her relative's property, which is why my plan failed. And I couldn't live in their beautiful house. But her husband, who I slept with, wasn't that rich either anyway. He told me that he couldn't buy me a new house, so I ended up leaving him right away. That entire sequence of events ended up being such a waste of time, and I still haven't got my dream house. Isn't that so sad?
What is your obsession with living in a big house? What is wrong with you?
Yeah, that's exactly it. I can't help what the heart wants.
You are crazy, Ella. Even if you did manage to steal Ian from me, that still wouldn't justify you living in this house.
Yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna fall for such a trap like that. You're lying to me so that I would get confused. Well, that's not gonna work on me. I've already done plenty of research. I already know that this house is under Ian's name. It's his house. Now that he's mine, I want you to break off your engagement with him.
Wow. Ella, you are seriously crazy.
Then I need you to all get out of that house so I can move in with him. The house is humongous, so I can imagine it's going to take some time to sort through all your things. I'll give you guys till the end of the month to move out. Also, tell Mom and Dad something for me, okay? If they want to continue living in that beautiful house, they need to apologize to me. They also have to welcome me with open arms as their family, like I deserve to be. I'll let them live with me and Ian in that house. Only under those conditions. If they can't do that, then they're gonna have to move out of the house along with you.
Ella, how did you end up growing into such a terrible human being?
I am not a terrible human being.
I'm gonna ask you just in case, but you know that there are gonna be consequences for what you've done, right?
Are you gonna sue me? Oh, please. Go ahead. Ian's gonna pay for me even if you do. He is so rich considering the size of the house that he owns. 8 years ago, my best friend sued me too, and I had such a terrible time working my behind off so that I could earn money to pay off everything. I chose a rich man this time so I wouldn't have to repeat that terrible experience.
I can't believe that you would steal my fiancé even after going through that. What is wrong with you?
I told you that living in a huge house has always been my dream. I'm going to do everything possible to make my dream come true. It took 8 years for me to pay off the money that I owed to my best friend after she sued me. I finally managed to come back here after 8 years, and imagine how I felt when I found out that you're living in the kind of house that I've dreamed of all my life. It isn't fair.
Your life only sucked because of what you did to yourself, Ella.
What a relief to know that you were only living in that house thanks to your super wealthy fiancé, Ian. But now the house is mine, once I managed to get married to him. So simple.
You are really going about making your dream come true in the worst way possible. Why don't you work yourself and become successful so that you can buy your dream house with your own money? That would be so much more satisfying and rewarding, don't you think?
Yeah, whatever. You're just saying that because you're upset about losing him to me. You're just gonna have to face the reality now. He's no longer your man. He's mine now. He's completely fallen in love with me. This is one of the things that I'm so good at. I've been with so many guys after all.
That's really not something that you should be proud of. You should be embarrassed to say that.
Nothing that you say is gonna hurt me. You're the loser between the two of us. I stole your fiancé and your house from you. You must have thought that you'd finally be able to get married at 42 years old, right? Well, too bad. Looks like that's not gonna happen anymore. You're gonna be single for the rest of your life. No man is gonna want to marry a grandma like you. Well, make sure that you move out by the end of the month. Make sure to tell Mom and Dad what I said too. What the hell? Why the hell are you still at that house? I told you to move out weeks ago. I gave you plenty of time to get your stuff together. Do I really have to come over myself to kick you out the house? I only have 3 more days left on my contract at my apartment. Hurry up and get the hell out! wrong with you? How much longer are you planning to live in my home? That place is no longer your house. You need to get out or I'm gonna have to call the police on you. I've already finished packing up all my things. Now get out already. Don't you dare make me wait any longer. I'm starting to lose my patience now. For God's sake, Monica, stop ignoring me. Hello? Are you even there? Stop it! It's over for you! You were ditched by Ian and he doesn't love you anymore. What's the point of you continuing to live there? You don't have the right to live there anymore. Ian is mine now, so the house that he owns is also mine. Why don't you just hurry up and accept the fact that you lost to me? Get out! Get out now! That's it, Monica. I've had enough. I'm gonna kick you out myself. I really didn't want to have to do this, but you've given me no choice now. I'm coming over right now and making you leave, Monica. Monica, I am at the front door. It's time for you to switch places with me now, whether you like it or not. I'm going to be the new owner of this beautiful house as of today. My dream is finally coming true. You're going to have to go find a place to live now. Have fun spending the rest of your life alone in a rusty old apartment room. I pity you so much. What a sad future you have.
So I guess Ian never ended up telling you the truth himself. He is so pathetic. I have no idea why I got engaged to a man like that.
So you finally decided to reply to me. What are you talking about?
I'm not the one that's going to be living in a rusty old apartment. That would be Ian. I've kicked him out of this house already.
What?
I called off our engagement at the end of last month.
Really? What the hell? Why are you still living here then? Hurry up and leave so I can start my life here with him.
Were you not listening to what I just told you? I already kicked him out of this house a couple weeks ago. He no longer lives here.
What are you saying? None of this makes any sense at all.
He currently lives in a tiny apartment room around a 30-minute walk from the local station.
What the hell are you talking about? He's the owner of this house. Why would he be the one moving out?
I guess I'll just explain what's happening to you then. This house was originally owned by his parents and it was passed down to him. The house was under his name until about a half a year ago. We then completed some paperwork to get the owner of the house registered to me, which means this is my house and has been for the past 6 months now.
What? Shut up! No way! That doesn't make any sense at all. This is just a lie you're telling me to try to get me to give up. I'm not gonna fall for that.
I am not lying. Ian's company went bankrupt and he ended up having a huge amount of debt.
What? I thought that he was like super successful and had lots of money. That was why I even took him from you.
Now, you shut up so that I can finish explaining. I don't really want to say this myself, but I'm actually the owner of a pretty successful company, okay?
You own a company? Really?
Yeah, I do. And Ian begged me for help when his company went under. We had a long discussion and we came to a conclusion. I decided to buy this house from him so that he could pay off all the debt from his company going under. That's why I'm the rightful owner of this house. It no longer belongs to him, and that's why I managed to kick him out.
Please tell me that this isn't true. You're just lying to me to scare me, right? There's no way that you're successful enough to buy a house like this off him. I've already cleared out my apartment, so I need to live here from today. I have nowhere else to go.
Try looking up the name of his company if you don't believe me. There should be a couple articles about his company going bankrupt 6 months ago.
Oh no. I just found it and it's true. Oh my God, so that means everything else that you told me is really true then?
Of course it is. I'm not a liar like you are. Everything that I just told you is the truth.
Then what am I meant to do now? My entire plan has failed then. I have nowhere to live now. I've already given my keys back to my landlord. The moving truck is gonna arrive here with all of my things soon. I don't have the money to rent out a new place either.
Well then, why don't you go and live with Ian, like you were planning to anyway?
But wait, so this house isn't his anymore?
No, it's not. And you should go and live with him in the tiny apartment room that he's rented out. It might be a little different to this beautiful house that you were planning to live in, though, but tough luck on that. I heard that he rented the cheapest property that was available in this city, by the way, so hope you enjoy that. I still think it's a better option than becoming completely homeless anyway. Winter's coming soon, so I definitely wouldn't recommend living on the streets.
How could this happen to me? I went through so much effort trying to get Ian to sleep with me so I could take him from you. I didn't even like him that much. I did this all just so that I could live in this house. Now I'm not gonna be able to live here and I don't have anywhere to go. I was meant to start living my dream life here from today. Why is it so difficult to make my dream come true? Why aren't you answering my calls, Monica? I can't believe that you're suing me for emotional damage when you know that I'm in a huge mess. I don't even have the money to hire a lawyer to fight back. This just isn't fair at all. How can you do this to me? I'm your sister. I literally just finished paying back the money I owed from my last lawsuit, and it took me 8 years to pay it all back. Are you seriously gonna force me into debt again? I asked Ian to help me pay for it, but he's telling me that he has no money to spare. Can you believe it? Would you please reply to me? I'm sure that we can talk this out between us. I'll apologize to you for everything that I've done. I just wanted to live in that really nice house. I really didn't have any bad intentions at all. How about we live in that house together? I promise I won't try to get you kicked out this time. Monica, please help me out. I am begging you.
Is it just me, or does it seem like my sister Ella is just asking to have her life ruined? How has she not learned anything from her mistake that she made 8 years ago? She got into a huge amount of debt after being sued for stealing her best friend's husband and hurting her emotionally. 8 years later, she repeated the exact same thing on me. Just that she could try to live in a big house? What is wrong with her? I didn't feel any pity at all for her and decided to hire a lawyer to sue her for the emotional distress that she caused me. She didn't have the money to hire a lawyer, so it was very easy for me to get a settlement deal with her. I also made sure to charge Ian for the wedding fees that we had already paid for in advance. The total amount of money I charged the two of them came out to be around $80,000. I think it ended up becoming much more money than Ella had to pay back to her friend 8 years ago. She should honestly just give up on her dream of owning a huge house. I don't think all of this is worth it for her. I really think that she should have tried to find a normal job and saved up the money herself to buy a house instead of doing all this. I guess it might be too late to start saving up for a house at this point, though. Seems like it's going to take at least a couple of years for her to pay me back the money that she owes me, too. She's such an idiot for ruining her own dreams. But oh well, that's how she ended up here, and look where it got her. Serves her right. Thanks for watching. Feel free to like the video and leave a comment. See you in the next one.